Don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean that you don't have arguments, you don't have disagreements and stuff like that, but what we're talking about is not having unnecessary conflict based off your insecurity.
Roll me, Mac.
What do you believe is a woman's purpose in a man's life? Yeah, okay. A woman's purpose in a man's life. I believe a woman's purpose in a man's life, and this is more the position of being like someone that she's dating, someone that she's in a relationship with, someone that she wants to get married to, someone that she's married to. And in my mind, a woman's purpose solely is to, I believe a woman's purpose in a man's life, in her man's life, is to be the yin to the yang. Honestly, where I'm going out into the world and I have to display this masculinity and all this stuff, and I have to go and be at work. I have to work, and not to say that she doesn't work, because today's society, obviously, women do work. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that when it come home from that, really both of them are doing this. But in so many words, I believe a woman's purpose in a man's life is to soften the blow in which life is. And truth be told, I believe that's what our duty as man to woman is the same. Is to soften this blow of life, to make you feel safe in this unsafe world, and to cover that, to be the one that nurtures. You know what I mean? The world is tough. The world is tough on men, and I'm not saying that it's not tough. That women don't have their fair share of challenges, of course, especially around the other parts of the world. Not even more so America. I mean, American women compared to women around the world, in certain countries, don't even have a voice. So, but here in America, I believe a woman's purpose is to make life easier on a man while also challenging him. And those who understand. Those who are in it understand that. And what I mean by that is that unnecessary bullshit does not get in the way of maintaining the foundation of the relationship, right? And what I mean by that is more so is, you compliment each other. That's essentially what I believe a woman's purpose is. She complements a man's life, and I believe it's my duty to build that world in which she feels safe in, and that's the yin and the yang to it. So if the world is already causing chaos, and all that stuff outside the doors, ensuring that home feels like a home you know, and I don't just mean like decor and shit like that. Sure, if you want to do that, that's great. But more so the energy. And a woman's energy is so powerful, man. Honestly. I believe some women don't even realize how powerful their energy is, how they can shift a room. And when you come with that, so that's why that's another reason why I stand clear of like the women that love to operate in chaotic or, you know, sometimes I would say masculine energy. And because of that, man, because it's not peaceful. It's not a joy to be around. I know that being around certain energy drains the fuck out of you. You know what I mean? It's like you're counting the days, you know, you're counting down the moments, the minutes until you're no longer away from that, you know, like you're ready to recharge. And that's the thing, you know, I believe a woman's purpose in a man's life is to give that charge the same way that they would want that from us and inside our masculine energy. Because when we operate in our feminine energy, we become draining to you as well. And you just think about it. Whenever you see a man out of sorts, whenever he's throwing tantrums, whenever he is hulking up, acting like, you know, Hulkamania. Maybe younger toxic-minded female might find that attractive and all that other shit. But a woman that really is like, that's growing up and finding, you know, starting to do self-care and self-love, I don't believe she wants that for herself. Because me as a man who is working on himself daily, because it's a work in progress, don't get me wrong. A lot of work's been done, and I'm grateful for what I've done, and I'm certainly giving myself credit for the work that I've done. But there's a lot to be done, but yeah, peace, man. Like I'm not even joking, man. Hypersensitive to just chaos. I'm hypersensitive to agents of chaos, and when I feel that shit, I remove myself. I'm not able to change them. They're being whoever they're gonna be for that time being, but I can remove myself, and that's what I like. I love the ability about being an adult, is that I have that choice of removing myself. But yeah, back to a woman's purpose. I believe a woman's purpose in a man's life is honestly just to it makes life easier. Yeah, she makes life easier while also challenging him, but not challenging in a sense of like unnecessary conflict. Challenging like, man, I have to go out more to provide more for my family, to provide for the woman that makes this place feel like home, you know, with her energy. Yeah, sure. Cooking is great. If a woman can do that, as I've stated before, that doesn't really mean much to me. Now, if you can do it, and that's, you know, you can show love through that, by all means, that's dope. I love it. It's well appreciated, but it's not mandatory for me as a man. It's not mandatory for me as a man for a woman to cook. It's helpful. It's sexy. Very, very much attractive when a woman knows how to cook, or even tries to learn how to cook, puts forth the effort in doing so. But it's not necessarily a requirement, but it's just more so the energy, man. And like, just don't be draining. And I think that's really like I believe that's part of the purpose. And I think that same thing on the other end, you know, for us to have that calm energy, for you to feel safe around, for you to not feel like you have to fix something. And that's when you got on the wrong, on the downward side of things for myself, when a woman feels like she has to manage my emotions. That's when I believe that's when attraction dies. I believe that's when you're turning the woman that you're seeing into a mother, a parent, because you don't know how to manage your emotions. Now, there is a double standard, because for us, I believe that we have to teach our women, and then you know, any kids that come from that, we have to teach them how to manage their emotions. Like, I believe they mirror us as being, you know, traditionally like head of the house and stuff like that. They're gonna mirror our emotions towards things. So if daddy's just throwing a fucking fit, if my man's just throwing a fucking fit all the time about everything, what does that say about everybody else? And what that does is harden mama. It hardens the woman, where she gotta be the calm one. And now, who does she go to? You know what I'm saying? Like, who does the woman go to in that regards when she gets flustered and all that stuff? I mean, she's not even go to me, because I'm already throwing tantrums. So it's either confiding in another man that's calm with his emotions, or your sisterhood, or I mean a healthy sisterhood, not the toxic motherfuckers that keep women single for the rest of their life and become cat ladies and dogs and all those things that come with that. But I digress. But as far as just we must be the ones to be calm. We must be calm. Be the rock that the ocean brushes up against, and understanding that emotions, that the way our society is set up, women are allowed to be more emotional than we are. So we must be, in my mind, this is just me, being that rock on the shore that the waves brush up against. And then understanding that our children and our women are simply that. They are that ocean that brushes up against that. And we just teach them that it's okay, it's calm, it's okay, that we're going to figure this out. Yes, it's challenging right now, but we're going to figure this out. And a woman that values that type of energy, what she does is do her damnness to ensure that I have to make sure that this man has the mindset to go out there and continue to be productive, to be successful, because it doesn't make much sense for me to go out into the world with chaos and come home and live in chaos. Where's the break? You know what I mean? Like, where's the mental break in that? And it's an everyday thing, I'll take that. I say all the time, I'll take that peace alone versus chaos with someone. And it's only so long that's going to, to transpire, how that's going to endure. But you just got to ask yourself, do I bring that energy? Do I bring safe energy for him? I'm going to do my damnness. because I'm already trying to give safe energy to myself to calm down, my own shit from the past and trauma, and trying to overcome all the demons that live in my mind. So trying to be calm as much as possible, but at the same time, getting that same, it's appreciative when you can have that same energy coming from that of a woman in which you seek. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean that you don't have arguments, you don't have disagreements and stuff like that, but what we're talking about is not having unnecessary conflict based off your insecurity. You know what I mean? Majority of your insecurity, because I believe that being involved with a woman, insecurities are going to be there because of the pressure that they put on themselves mentally. And you can appreciate that from a healthy standpoint of wanting to be the best mom you can be, wanting to be the best girlfriend, the best wife, or what have you. But when you believe that you're bigger than the team, I believe that's when it becomes an issue. When everything revolves around you, I believe that's an issue. And it's just understanding that the woman complements the man, you know what I mean? And in turn, because of how we go out into the world and learn how to provide, learn how to become successful, come home to be that listening ear, to hear you tell the stories about this bitch at the job, and just so you can vent, you know what I mean, that those type of things. And then it wouldn't be the same in reverse if we come home and we just start complaining about shit that's going on at the job. That's to me, I would look at that as like feminine energy. And I believe I'm to be the masculine, to be the masculine, the one to listen and know how to manage set emotions. It doesn't mean that I don't go through shit at the job. It's just learning how to deal with it, focusing on what's in your control. I believe my duty as a man is to manage my emotions as well as the woman I'm talking to. And like I said, if my kid, teaching her how to manage her emotions, they're going to mirror what they see. So I believe that's just a responsibility of said man, with that mindset. That's how I see it. Yes, a woman's purpose: nurture, to care for, hold the unit down, the family down, whatever the situation is with the guy. But it's also understanding that we're talking about men that actually are on their purpose, men that are actually, because trying to get, I want to say, top tier attributes from a woman when you're not even putting forth the effort is bogus. It's the same thing in reverse for women looking for a high value man and they put in no effort in what they do with their life. They're okay with mediocrity, you know, as far as like how they carry themselves on a day-to-day basis. And you know, and I believe people know who they are as far as putting forth effort. If you find yourself living in the comfort zone, but you want something extraordinary, something higher than what you have, but you don't match that with your effort, you know, you get out of life what you put into it. I'm not gonna get this caliber of a woman if I'm lazy, if I don't work out, if I don't have a job, if I don't have a car, if I don't know how to have social skills, if I don't know how to just be an effective citizen in society. You know what I mean? That's just my mentality. This is just something I keep for myself and just what I think about. Whether you agree with it or not, that's up to you. I respect it either way. But this is just my mentality. You know, like you get out of life what you put into it. So, you know, with me trusting God, trusting His universe, and then me doing my part and just putting forth the effort on a day-to-day basis and doing the work that the person next to me won't do, then that puts me ahead of that. You know what I mean? Like, and I believe it's just that mentality. And from the people that I've studied, you know, that I studied and I was mentored by, you know, through psychology and a whole bunch of other, you know, just like the people that I studied for a little bit, that's what I gathered most from them, is putting forth that effort. But yeah, a woman just being that calm energy, a woman that doesn't have to play both roles. She doesn't have to be both man and woman. And I know that some women currently are in that, you know, predicament. But it's understanding that I don't believe you're going to keep what's best for you being able to play both of those roles. You're going to essentially emasculate the guy. He's just going to become a son to you, and he's just going to follow through whatever you say, and then you're going to get resentful, or you're just going to constantly clash with that guy that wants to take, you know, some of that responsibility off of you so that peace can be had. And that's really all it boils down to, man. It's like a lot of us, especially I say for that guy that ends up meeting a woman and does learn that she has you know, she has had to operate in her masculine for survival reasons, you know what I'm saying? And then trying not necessarily convince her, but giving that a space to see, hey, you know, I got this type thing, you know? And some are stubborn, some are just so stuck in their ways that they're not able to leave that. So you just it's just a constant clash of the rams, you know? And it's unnecessary, man. It's unnecessary because the time we're spent clashing with the rams could be put towards something else being done. You know what I mean? So, in a successful manner, because the objective is to not be an issue. It's not to be a burden. It's to take things off and get things done. And yeah, some men may not have it all, you know, but when you have that one guy that's trying to necessarily put forth the effort and take, you know, again, just taking that responsibility off of you from doing that for so long, listen, focus, you know what I mean? And see what God is trying to show you, the universe, God, the gods, whoever you believe in, it has now come to you in that moment, and just let that be done, you know, because He wants to do that. You know, He wants to be able to do work, to do tasks. I mean, that's the joy that we get out of being man, you know what I mean? Leading, you know, it is a high. I'm not gonna lie. It is a high being able to lead, and it's an even bigger high knowing that a woman trusts a man to lead. And it's a drain when you meet the opposite. And it's pointless to me. It's just pointless. But yeah, being able to just have that calm feminine energy, man, is so powerful. A woman's energy is so fucking powerful. It's not a game, man. Like a woman's kindness, and a man truly that values her is going to do whatever he can to protect that, so that it can continue, of course, because he benefits from it, of having that energy. It's because it's nice to be appreciated. Truth be told, that is what most, I believe, if not all men, I'd say most men just want to know that the efforts and all the work that is being done is being valued and appreciated, because any feeling that any inkling, any notion that what I'm doing is not appreciated or valued, time diminishes around that person. You want to remove yourself from being around that, especially if you value yourself and understand that you don't have to endure this forever. You can't. There's enough life to go around that you don't have to sit in something where you don't feel valued. Is all I'm saying. But a woman's purpose, man, she simply just, I believe, just complements a man's life with the many gifts that she has, without diminishing that man. She values man and she doesn't tear a man down. You know what I mean? Like that's the key thing. Like, be very mindful how a woman talks to a man. You can tell whether she values men, whether she grew up in a family that valued men. You know what I mean? That you can just tell by the way they talk about men. And as men watching this, when you recognize that a woman does not value men, it is up to you at that point in time if you want to stick around and wait to be disrespected again and again, because that's all that's what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? You get out of life what you tolerate. If you tolerate it, they will continue to do that. And it's just being mindful of that, because it's just about simple care. That's all. Just simple care, being calm. Don't get me wrong, have a good time and all that stuff, and you can laugh with each other, but laughing at each other is not an option. That's not that's not for me. You know what I'm saying? It's a respect thing. It's just truly about a respect thing, and that's the whole thing. A woman's purpose is that she respects man. A long-term investment, being with somebody who does not respect you, what would be the point? What would be the point? You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I look at it. Forever's a long time, if indeed there is to be a forever at all. Forever's a long time. So why would one person invest a long term? Why would a person invest long term with someone that does not respect them? You know what I mean? Someone that believes that the world revolves around them. Why would they get into that? They're not get into this to serve. That's not what this is about. No. We're not. I'm not serving you. That's not how this goes. I'm going to build a world for you to feel safe enough to be in your feminine, but I do not serve you. And if anything, you complement my life, and that's how we work together with that. I'm bringing you peace by going out and doing the work outside this, outside of this house, outside of this home, outside of, just outside in general. You know what I mean? To come back home and also maintain that structure too, to have that stoicism, to operate in the masculine, but still allow, like, to have the to have the woman and everybody else in the house feel comfortable enough to be themselves. They feel safe enough to be themselves. They don't feel like they have to protect themselves from what's going on the inside. That to me is a sense of masculinity. That's a form of masculinity to me. It's a little thing. It's an unknown thing that she doesn't have to, walk on eggshells or feel like she's not able to just be a little goofy self. You know what I'm saying? And the kids, they feel safe enough to kind of show their personalities and all that stuff. But it's up to us as men to maintain that structure, maintain that stoic frame, maintain that masculine frame. If you want to be respected, that is. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can be the playful guy, but a lot of times when you become playful, nobody respects the clown. And that's just the double standard of being man, in my opinion. So like learning to be, to hold down that masculine frame, to hold down that stoic frame. But when you're around your family, when you're around, your woman, when you're around, the kids that you have and the kids that she has, you maintain that frame. And that it's not about whether that's being fake or not. It is a role, and understanding that role and the responsibility that comes with said role. And that's what it's about. It's the sacrifice that you as a man make. It's not easy by any means, man. It's not easy to do that. But from what I've learned, from what I've experienced and done so for myself, is that maintaining that frame brings about a respect that just a world of difference from when you were trying to make everybody laugh and being a people pleaser versus being that masculine figure that is trusted in chaos. Allowing women to feel safe enough to be their goofy selves around you. You know what I'm saying? And still feeling heard, seen, and loved. You know, those things. I believe that's I guess that's like a purpose for a man. You know, for like a purpose of a purpose for a man in a woman's life. You know, but getting back, you know, as I like to ramble, getting back to the whole concept of like a woman's purpose in a man's life is just to ease that shit, man. Ease that shit. If it means, yeah, sure, knowing how to cook. If it means making a drink after a long day. If it means, you know, just laying on the couch, not even talking, just taking in, you know, just breathing exercises, not purposely, but you just sitting there, you just breathing. There's nothing going on. If it's just sitting in peace. If it's sitting on a patio, if it's sitting on the porch, if it's sitting, you know, wherever, like just taking in each other's space and feeling safe enough around that space. I believe that's how I believe that's a woman's purpose in a man's life, is to ease this motherfucker, man, of trying to go out there and attack the day each time. And when she come home, the same thing, to have that calm energy just awaiting for her, to have that peace. Because that's really what it's all about, man. It's about peace. As you get older, all that chaos shit, man, that shit get old, bro. That shit get old real quick, man. And you know, it don't cost much to have peace. That's what I can say. But yes, a woman's purpose in a man's life is to nurture, is to respect, is to love, you know, is to care for, is to be a freak too. Yeah, for sure. Definitely be that porn star that you think about. All them books you read, yep, put all that shit together and tear it down. Tear his ass the fuck up. Do not hold back. Don't be afraid to let out that inner porn star. That's for damn certain. I'm not gonna, all that caring and respect shit is cool, but you best believe he want the worst out of you. Cause or best out of you, perspective, however you look at it. But in all seriousness though, to have that woman that you can express that level of passion with, that you can have those conversations, you know, where we talk to each other from that of, you know, the masculine meeting the feminine, and that is what creates the attraction. And I believe that's what keeps the fire going after so long. And being able to listen, that's another thing too. Yes, that's how a woman's purpose in a man's life is to listen. And it's same for him, you know, knowing how to listen and know how to ask questions. I think that's more important for us as men. You know what I mean? Yes, we can express, you know how to express yourself too, but know how to ask the effective questions to the woman that you're seeing. I believe that's key. But a woman's purpose in a man's life is honestly just to ease that pain, you know, to be peaceful, to have that calm energy. That's your power. Your feminine energy is so fucking powerful, man. Like, I don't think women understand the power that a woman's feminine energy can do, more so than what that masculine energy will ever do. That masculine energy protected you against toxic ass men. That feminine energy is going to be beneficial for you with a man of value, a man that appreciates you, a man that allows you to feel seen, heard, and loved. That's one thing I can tell you. But that purpose, the purpose of just being nurturing, having your calm energy, you know, just being that joy, shifting the room that you walk into. Understand the power of your energy when you walk in a room, every room you go into. Now, at work, do what you gotta do. Dead ass. Still light up the room, but motherfuckers will try you. That I know. I'm sure motherfuckers will try you. Same with them kids too. You know, They'll try. We've been kids, so we know we'll try our mom, we'll try our parents if we can. But when you're with that guy or girl that you love and that you have affinity for, that you are interested in, let that feminine energy shine. Truthfully, yeah, let that feminine energy shine. It's healing. So a woman's purpose is to heal, nurture, love, care, respect. What do you believe fair fighting looks like in dating and relationships? Well, I can tell you what it don't look like, number one, because of my own experience with it throughout my life and the things I've done that have made shit worse, which is just fighting old battles from childhood, but projecting it on the person in the present, is sarcasm, passive aggressiveness, silent treatment, and dare I say, I don't believe of recent, but gaslighting for sure, definitely gaslighting. But fair fighting is allowing a person to let their perspective be heard, and let them describe what they're feeling. And you literally have to just sit there. It's like a therapist, man. Like being able to just sit there and listen to this person basically tell you what they don't like about you or what have you, or the situation that has happened. And the challenging thing for us traumatic motherfuckers who feel like they were loved conditionally is to shut the fuck up while they're doing it and not want to respond, not try to defend your identity. Because what that does, which I've learned just from reading, is like you're more concerned with how you look versus how you make the person feel. And I know I've done that many times where I am more concerned about how I look, and it is a trauma response of conditional love, feeling like you've been loved conditionally, versus knowing that that you are loved unconditionally by yourself and God and the universe and whatever it is that you believe in, and which is enough. That love is enough for you. You know what I'm saying? You are loved. But when you believe that you're loved conditionally, you want to defend yourself while that person is talking. It's like, objection, Your Honor. But you gotta let them, it's helpful to allow them that they can speak freely about how they feel. And I believe that's that's a way of fair fighting, a sense of doing that when you just allow that person to share their perspective. Not that you have to agree with it. You don't have to agree with what's being said all the time, but allowing them to share what was on their mind. Because another thing with being a traumatic, with a person who's grown up, dealing with trauma, especially when it comes to conflict, is believing that you're not going to listen to what I have to say anyway. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to shut the fuck down. And when you feel like you're going to shut the fuck down, that doesn't fix anything. Especially if a person's trying to learn you. And I know that I've done that shit, for sure. And it's just that if you're so used to trying to say what you feel, and that has been dismissed time and time again, after a while, it's like, I value my words, so I'm not going to say anything. So if I'm in a confrontation with a woman and I recognize that she does not value what I have to say, I forget about it. I'm unplugging the damn TV, the computer, shutting everything off. I'm getting off the internet. I'm logging off is what's going to happen. But I do believe fair fighting in dating relationships is more so just listening. Yeah, listening and talking, more than likely taking time to take a breather. If it's too much, if you're too triggered, if you're too upset, your inability to control your emotions, let's talk when we're a lot calmer. Otherwise, our inner children are about to have this kindergarten battle. we're gonna have this kindergarten battle, and I'm gonna use whatever weapon I can find to win the battle. So now it's me versus you instead of us versus the problem. And I know for sure when my wounded inner child is present, oh, it's me versus y'all, whoever. I am a scared cat. I'm an alley cat in the corner, and you motherfuckers is trying to roll up on me, and I'm about to let these fangs have it. You dig? But from a healthy standpoint, being able to sit to listen to what each side has to say, so that you can see it from that perspective. This is what cool heads prevailing do. Doesn't always work that way though, because when we're triggered, we're no longer in the room. I believe that whenever we get triggered by something, we are no longer in the room with the person that is present. We are in there with our abuser, and that shows where we have to heal inside. And that's an inside thing. It's a total inside thing. That's why I'm not responsible for your triggers. I'm not responsible for your insecurities, and vice versa. You're not. It is up to me to know how to recover from that, to heal from that. It is tough enough already trying to deal with my own shit. I am not going to take on yours. That is the truth. However, knowing what your triggers are, consciously knowing what your triggers are, I can definitely not purposely do that. Certain things. Purposely do certain things. Now, some of us who don't fight fair, and I've certainly been an unfair fighter, poking at something that I know will get to you, to get a rise out of you. Ego battles. Those ego battles kick in, and yeah, that's what happens. You know this is gonna get to that person, so let me turn that fucking knife in. I was a big brother. So when being a big brother, sometimes you can be an asshole to your little brother and little sister. So, but it's about recognizing the maturity and your own growth, and sometimes it takes a while. It takes a while. Sometimes you suppress a lot of shit, and then you get involved with somebody who allows you to develop emotion for them, and then that brings up these old feelings that you had once put aside, and then it makes you want to fight those old battles, but those battles, it's not necessary anymore. It's just that our body keeps score. Our body keeps score of the shit that we've gone through. And if we haven't dealt with it effectively, then once we're triggered, it's on. Oh yeah, it's on. Shutdowns, defensive, easily angered, riled up, all of that. It kicks in. And it's just learning to manage those emotions and to not take anything, don't take anything personal, to detach from it, to recognize we are not we're not what we're going through right now. We're the awareness behind it. It's challenging though. It certainly is challenging, because sometimes a motherfucker trigger you and you like, let's get it, let's do it. There's a lot of fights that you were too much of a pussy to do when you were younger, but now you believe that you're stronger and you want to have those fights, but that fight is no longer necessary. That fight wasn't necessary then. And you just constantly fight with yourself about this shit, man. These are the things that I'm speaking about my own self, maybe you can relate to it, but these are the things that goes inside my mind, and learning to manage those emotions and just remaining unbothered as much as possible, to be indifferent. Indifference is a superpower. But fair fighting, right? That's why we're here. Fair fighting is just listening, learning to listen to that person, give their side of things, you give your side of things, and then we figure out how we both saw it. And either we're going to agree or disagree, and then decide what we want to do from there. If it's something that, like, if we just constantly keep making each other pissed off, or figure out whether or not we're compatible enough to overcome this shit. Or are we going to let ego just get to us, like we've done through most of our lives, especially if we didn't come from families that knew how to have the best social skills and conflict skills and talk things out. I mean, hell, conflict could mean I don't talk to you forever. From where, from what I grew up in. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like we talk things out. Yeah, we cool. Nah, I don't fuck with him no more. That, honestly, that's how a lot of shit is. So it's that, and once you deal with that, yeah, there's a sense of like abandonment that comes to mind. So you decide whether or not is this worth it? And I say all the time, and I know for sure I stayed too long in a lot of shit when I was supposed to leave. And I've left some things where I probably could have stayed and worked it out a little bit more. You know what I mean? So finding that fine balance, and I believe you can do that in fair, if you can remember to have fair fighting. Like I said, when you get triggered, man, a lot of them lessons that you didn't taught yourself and go out the door. That's when you're most challenged, is when trying to figure out, all right, do I have control of my mind, or does my mind control me? And it takes that. It takes sometimes just listening to yourself and separating yourself from the situation, detached from situations, as Jocko Willink always talks about, being able to detach from something, take a step back and look at it, and then make a decision from there. Pull yourself out of the situation. But yeah, fair fighting. Fair fighting is listening. Fair fighting is allowing each side to share what they thought about something. Fair fighting is, hell, a woman not calling you a pussy for sharing how you feel. Because that's the quickest way to shut a man down. And he'll never talk to you again. Yep. He might even talk to your friend because she listens more. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. And I don't mean that like on some sneaky shit. I mean like in a public setting or like a party setting. You noticing that he can speak to her, but he is not able to talk to you. You know what I mean? Or vice versa. She can talk to your friend, but she's not able to talk to you because you don't know how to listen, because you're dismissive. Who wants to listen to anybody that's dismissive? Anybody. You might have had to growing up if you had an unhealthy type parenting that didn't necessarily listen to your needs and that didn't necessarily know how to listen to your needs. All they knew is that this dictator life. You know what I'm saying? They spoiled you, at the same time carried themselves like a dictator when it came to your emotions. It's the most confusing shit ever. But, they did the best they could. They did the best they could. But for those parents who understand that you're raising a person to be in the world, to teach them that their emotions do matter, you teach them to have communication skills, it teaches them to talk, teach them that when they get in relationships, they'll be able to talk to whoever the person that they're with, their friends and all that shit. But if you don't allow them to express themselves, they're going to shut the fuck down, and ain't nobody going to know what the fuck they feel because they never felt like their voice mattered. So they stopped sharing their emotions. Just a thought, just a seed planted, you know what I'm saying? So that, fair fighting, allowing a person to share their side of the story. And doesn't necessarily have to match up to yours. It's just wanting to feel heard. And that's really all we want. Feel seen, heard, and loved. You know what I'm saying? But, that's my idea of fair fighting. Which movie or character do you think best represents your current life right now? I'm gonna go with Mike, Larry, and Bad Boys 4 in the sense of just that realization of what life means for you as far as where it's heading and wanting to protect those that you value. And I find myself at that juncture in my mind of like just looking at life, reflecting and seeing what's important to me, what's of value, where I want to take my life and who I want to protect and who I want in my life and all those things, and just being mindful of those moments where you get harsh reminders that mortal we are, you know what I'm saying? And recognizing your own mortality and recognizing the mortality in others. But I look at my life right there, as far as like being like Mike Lowry and Bad Boys 4, where people around him were ascending, and then people around him could have gone, and just being very appreciative and grateful for the fact that you're still here, they're still here, and then figuring out where you want to go with your life. How do you want to be remembered by the people closest to you? Well, I want to be remembered in the sense of that I allowed you to feel safe enough to be yourself. I didn't want you to feel judged. I didn't want you to feel inadequate. That you could just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, feel relaxed. I think that's more the better term. I would want you to just feel relaxed around me and feel this calm, this. I would want you to feel safe. Yes, I'd want you to feel safe around me. The people that were closest to me, that I listened to you, that I allowed you to share your thoughts, that I did not dismiss you. As much to the best of my ability, don't get me wrong. There's definitely work that can be done, daily, which is why I try to work on myself on an everyday basis. But to know that you were cared for. If I value you in my life, best believe I value you. There's things I will show up for you. I will show up for you, and I will value you. And I said, and that love is unconditional, but I don't have unconditional tolerance. So if I believe that it's being taken for granted, or if I don't feel valued, I will remove myself. That's also what I want y'all asses to know. That's closest to me, damn it. But to know that I believed in you. I believe in you. Even now, if something happens to me, wherever I go, I still believe in you. And whatever it is that you want to do with your life, you are so powerful. You have so much power in your mind. Your mind is so powerful, it can change the way you feel. You can go from being happy to being depressed. That's some powerful shit, because it's all about how you're looking at it. It's not so much what the situation is, it's about how you're looking at it. And that's the power of the brain. And I would want the people closest to me to know how powerful they are, that you control how you feel about yourself. So choose your happiness. Choose happiness. And when you're sad, just know that you're choosing sadness. When you're angry, know that you're choosing angry. And all those different things. Just understand how powerful you are and how much power that you give away on a day-to-day basis around people that don't even value you. Whether that's at work, whether that's in the gym, whether that's around your friend group, whatever. Just understand how powerful you are is what I want those people closest to me to know. And as far as remember me, that like I said, I believed in you. I didn't necessarily I did my best to allow you to feel seen. Yeah, I want to say that consciously. And to ensure your safety, number one, ensure that you feel protected, ensure that you feel comfortable enough to share your own thoughts, just as much as I want to be able to share my own thoughts. We don't necessarily have to agree, but you can share your own thoughts without being dismissed or being torn down. I don't have to agree with you, and I don't have to tear you down because I disagree with you. That is my mentality. To know that you were to not be judged. I can have preferences for things, but it's not judgment, in the sense of like, I feel like I'm better than you. It's just things that are not for me, and I'm okay with that. Like, I don't have to take part in the things that what my family does. You know what I mean? I can still love you regardless whether we're into the same things. And that's why I like, especially when it comes to music, I don't necessarily have to listen to everything that you listen to, but it's cool to know what you identify with for yourself with music. And it teaches me you, it teaches me how to love you, it teaches me how to value you for what you listen to. And to know that there was a respect there. I respect you enough to allow you to do the things that you want to do without judgment. Believe in whatever you want to believe in without judgment. To support whatever candidate that you choose to support without judgment. You know what I'm saying? And that's the That to me is what I want the people around me to truly understand. You can be whatever the fuck you want. It doesn't affect me at all. You don't have to be anything. You don't have to be anything for me. And your time alone, your time and being respectful. You know what I'm saying? Don't tear me down. I won't tear you down. That's how I am with it. That's how I feel about that shit. And just to know that like I said, I truly do. I value. If I have a love for you, if I value you, you're going to feel it. You're going to know that. And then know if I find you to be draining for whatever part you are in your life, I will remove myself. Because the objective is peace for me. It's not that I don't love you, I just love me more. And it's more not no ego shit, it's more about peace. It's a mental health thing. It's about being calm in the mind. That's where my mentality goes with that. So I just do my best to show that to the people that I value. I want to show interest in the things that you're interested in, even if it don't got shit to do with me. I don't want to tear it down. If I ask you about something, I wanted to really know truly about what it is for you. It's not about me, I don't care about, TV show characters and shit, reality show characters. But if you're into it, why do you like it? Why do you love it? Why is this of interest to you? What does this religion mean to you? It's not about me. And I want that I'd like to be remembered for that you were able to like what you like, love what you love, dislike what you dislike, and hate what you hate around me, and still be, and still belong. Fuck acceptance, but you still can belong around me, That's what I want. I would want the people closest to me to understand that. Because there's enough life to go around. I don't have to tear down your life, whatever it is that you do for your life. And, and I can still have mine. But I will protect my own life though. So any tearing down, trying to tear down what I do, or if you try to make my life about you, yeah, I'm gonna protect it. I'm gonna remove myself from it to where I can do something where I feel comfortable around that. So ensure that you allow me to be comfortable as well. Unconditional love, obviously, but that's a choice. But obviously, if I don't feel comfortable doing my life around you, I'm not going to bring my life around you. And I would want the people closest to me remember that it was all about respect. There's no need for me to tear down anybody anymore because I'm enough. So are they, and just be able to focus on life, but just know that you were appreciated, know that you were valued. However long we were around one another, like I said, on this journey in life, man, people outgrow. They outgrow each other. They move on. They ascend. They go to the next room, that upper room. They move on and find something that's more beneficial for them. So to appreciate that, to understand that love is about appreciation and not possession. And man, mentally, it is, it's a struggle sometimes. It's a challenge understanding that love is about appreciation and not possession. When a person decides to change, not allowing yourself to prevent them from wanting to better themselves. And because it's beneficial to you and your ego or whatever, like your view of them, distorting the illusions that you may have of a person when they decide to better themselves. And it can be scary sometimes. It can be uncomfortable, but uncomfortable never killed anybody. So allowing people to be whatever it is they choose to be, as far as growth goes in their life, doing what they do, I would want the people around me closest to know that I would support that. Honestly, if you decided that now, whatever age you're in, that you want to start this new career, that you want to do this business or whatnot, I'm here to support that. That's kind of like, I want to say that to show that there was that support there. If I wanted to show, as fucked up as I can be, as fucked up things I may do, that you feel supported, that you feel encouraged, that you feel seen, you feel heard and loved, that I'm just as human as you. and I'm still figuring out this life shit just as much as you are. Yeah, I believe that's it, man. I'm gonna close it out with that. So I want to thank everyone for staying this long to watch this show. I appreciate all the love, through passing, through text, through phone calls, through DMs, through hell, emails even, you know what I'm saying? Just about like checking out the show and what it's done, the material that you feel about it, all that stuff. It means more to it's the reason why I do what I do. For this whole thing is for us in healing and being able to have a different perspective on how we see shit. But with that being said, I'm Romy Mac. This is Ask Rome, and I'm out. Good night, kids. If you had a complete free week with no financial or work obligations, how would you spend it? I'd sleep. I'd fuck up some pasta. Italian. Yeah, I'd fuck up Italian. Alfredo. Shrimp, scallop, mushrooms, green onions. Yeah. I'd fuck up Alfredo for sure. I'd sit by the beach. I have a drink. I have a lady next to me. I would tear her ass down throughout that week. More than likely. I go driving on racetracks with some of the fastest cars and live, for that matter. Just being able to drive that. I've always wanted to ride in, Hellcats and just stuff like that. I would learn how to fly a helicopter. I would do I go to sporting events. More so, I want to check out soccer. I believe soccer is just dangerous to watch because of the crazed fans that are there. But to experience that, to feel that energy in a country that really values their sport of soccer, I believe that would be dope. I'd definitely go back to Vegas too. I love Vegas, man. Vegas is fun. It's for grown folks, It's in the sense of like it's a kid in a candy store for grown folks. I would find a Marvel museum and just study the Hulk. Yeah, I would really just chill. I would have some of the dopest conversations with the people that I love, and people I don't know, for that matter. That's what I would do. I take in life, man. I sit in pure bliss and not take anything personal and just let myself be. And as I'm talking about this, I can actually obtain most of this shit as far as like just being in bliss. It doesn't necessarily need all the the accolades that I just mentioned about the shit. But yeah, I just see myself, music. Oh my God. Some of the best speakers, listening to some of my favorite joints, Of course, we're starting it off with Human Nature. Yeah, listening to Human Nature on some of the best speakers and that money can buy. That would be great. Watching The Lion King in like a home theater with some of the best speakers, and the original Lion King, not that live action shit, but being able to sleep on some of the softest beds that hotels can find, and having great views, man. Being in rooftops and watching the city, watching the skyline. One of my favorite things that I remember about living in Miami was me and my cousin, Shyla. She came to Author Shyla Miles, by the way. Love you, girl. We went to South Beach and party one time. This is 2010. And we were on a rooftop, and the rooftop had like a waterfall, and we were able to see the city. And we did see some foul shit. A girl got slapped the fuck out of by some guy. This is like 5 a.m, looking on a rooftop. But that's what we were doing at the time. But being able to see the skylines, being able to see the city, the cars driving by, people walking, just living life and just seeing life from a different view. That's what I mean, essentially, these are all things I would do in that week. And just being grateful, man. Being grateful for life itself. I definitely go to the gym for sure. I'm not missing. 4 days. 4 days a week, I'm in the gym. That too. So, in the best gym, swimming in the best pool on Wednesday for swims day. And just being able to take in peace, man. Honestly, just take in peace. Knowing that I don't have to do shit, bro. Spend time, I spend time with my kid and just observe her, study her, you know, what makes her feel seen, the things that she's into, the music that she likes, the shows she want to watch, even if I don't get that shit, movies that she's into, restaurants that she want to go to. If there's more children, then yeah, spending time with them, taking in that peace, man. That's how I see it. That's how I see my life in that particular scenario, in this fantasy of like obligation free. That's how I see my life.